What's going on, YouTube? It's Ebenezer. Welcome to the Hidden Channel. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing. So today I wanted to, I'm in my thoughts again, y'all. And I noticed, like in the last few years, I have felt very empty and depressed, and it feels like I'm not alone. The whole world feels like it's depressed, lonely. You know what I mean? And I've been wondering why. I wonder, has the world always felt this depressing and lonely? Or is it that we have internet now, so it's more exposed? People can share their thoughts on the internet now more. Or is it the internet itself making the world more lonely? I'm going to go for the latter. I feel like the internet is making the world more depressing and more lonely. The internet really, it took away suspense and mystery out of the world. You can just Google anything now. You don't have to you don't have to explore. There's no exploring this world anymore. It's like it's all right there for you on the internet. There's no mystery. There's no suspense to anything, man. Everything's oversaturated. YouTube is oversaturated. The rap music is oversaturated. All music is oversaturated. Everybody wants to be a rapper or a singer or entertainer. And you know how, like, when you in middle school and you in school and you going through depression or you going through a hard time in school, and you weren't the most popular kid in high school and things like that. But then when you graduate, you're able to get away from all those kids that used to talk about you or, ignore you or didn't want to be friends with you. And you felt like a loser in high school. But once you graduated back in the day, you could just leave that situation alone. You could completely become a new person, be around new people, and reinvent yourself, and just leave the stress of high school alone. You can't do that anymore in this generation. When you leave high school, all those people from your high school is on your Facebook. They're on your social media sites. So even after you graduate, the people are still reminded that they ain't shit. Not just in the younger generation, in our generation too. We will log on to Facebook and see how well our classmates are doing, and look at our lives, and see how much it's in shambles. The world's depressing, man. Like, and then there's no friends, there's no real relationships, man. Like, it's all social media. And not only that, people just sit and stare at their phones all day. Facebook and social media and YouTube. No one actually gets out and does anything to be sociable. Um, it's driving me crazy. Like, I don't feel like people are real friends anymore. It's hard to be a real friend. It's hard to be in a real relationship anymore. I feel like for a relationship to work nowadays, you gotta cut off your social media. What's the point of having social media if you're in a relationship unless you're using your social media for some type of business, promotion and marketing? That's the only reason why I do YouTube. It's the only reason why I do Facebook. Is because I do have a mind that I want to get out into the world, and I have thoughts that I want to get out into the world. Um, but social media just makes everything worse, man. It makes everything way more depressing. Um, there was a movie that came out a long time ago, like in '98, called The Devil's Advocate, y'all. And I want to play y'all a part from this movie, where the devil is talking to his son, and he's basically explaining in this clip, before we even had social media. This is back when we just had chat lines and stuff like that, before we actually even had MySpace or anything. Years before this movie came out, and it predicted the fact that the internet would optically connect evil in this world. That way, back in the day, let's say Americanized women. I know I'm always talking about Americanized people. Let's just say that's one of the big topics: Americanized women. It used to be that you could leave America probably and go get you a decent woman that's foreign, right? Because American women are what they are. You can't do that anymore, because even the foreign women are Americanized because of the internet. America is probably the most influential country in the world. Everybody wants to be like Americans. Our rappers, our entertainers, our actors, the swag here, everybody likes it. So now you have a whole bunch of Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallions all around the world. It's not just America and New York and Texas. It's all around the world now. A whole bunch of girls aspiring to be the next Cardi B or the next Megan Thee Stallion. Even if they're not rapping, they want to live their life that way. There's evil spreading music, rappers, drill rappers, all these rappers killing each other. Murders are like at an all-time high. I credit that to music, and I credit that to The way that music was able to spread evil, now people are able to put their thoughts on the internet and Facebook and social media and spread that one thought across billions of people. And so when you put a bunch of evil out there, the world becomes more evil. And things just become way more dark, man. And I think that's why the world is so depressed. I'm going to play y'all a part off this movie, The Devil's Advocate, and tell me if this makes sense to y'all.
God's creature, right? God's special creature. And I warned him, Kevin. I've warned him every step of the way. Watching him bounce around like a fucking game, like a wind-up toy, like 250 pounds of self-serving greed on wheels. The next 1,000 years is right around the corner, Kevin. Eddie Barzoon, take a good look, because he's the poster child for the next millennium.
He's the poster child for the next millennium.
Mystery where they come from.
Tell me if he doesn't hit this right on spot.
Sharpen
right on the nail.
Human appetite.
Sharpen the human appetite.
Where it can split atoms with its desire.
Where it can split atoms with its desire.
Build egos.
Sharpen the human appetite where it can split atoms with its desire. Everybody here, everybody online wants to be somebody. So you sharpen the human appetite. That's what the internet does. Everyone's inspiring to be somebody. When you see all these people being successful, now you want to be successful. So you sharpen the human appetite until it splits atoms with its desires. Now everyone's inspiring to be someone. That's the world we live in.
You build egos.
Build egos the size of cathedrals. Everybody wants to be kings. Everybody wants to be a queen. Everybody has this title in their name and try to, everyone puts themselves on a pedestal. Everyone's an aspiring king or queen or emperor.
Optically connect the world.
Connect the world to every eager impulse. That's the internet. You grease the dullest dreams with these dollar green fantasies. That's the world we're living in right now. Everyone's inspiring to be a king or a queen because of what they see on the internet. People look at rappers and see how easy it is to be a rapper. Everybody wants to be a rapper.
These dollar green, gold-plated fantasies until every human becomes an aspiring emperor, becomes his own god. And where can you go from there?
Everybody thinks they're their own god. That's why religion is less and less, Science, it all seems like it's coming together.
Who's got his eye on the planet? As the air thickens, the water sours, even the bee's honey takes on the metallic taste of radioactivity. And it just keeps coming, faster and faster. There's no chance to think, to prepare. It's buy futures, sell futures, when there is no future. It's a runaway train, boy. We got 1 billion Eddie Barzoons all jogging into the future. Every one of them getting ready to fist fuck God's ex-planet, lick their fingers clean as they reach out toward their pristine, kybernetic keyboards to tote up their fucking billable hours. And then it hits home.
What he's saying is real, y'all. This is the world we're living in right now. Like, this is literally the world we're living in, where everyone wants to be an aspiring king or emperor, even if they're not trying to be an entertainer. You look on social media, everyone wants to be a queen this, queen that. Everybody wants to be a local celebrity. All these females want to be models. All the females stick their butts out in their picture when they about to take a picture. They hurry up and put the butt in the picture to let people know they got a little ass. Everyone wants to be a model. Everybody wants to be a rapper. Everybody wants to be a gangster. Everybody wants to be an influencer. This is the world we live in. And so it makes it look easy because there's so many successful people, so everyone thinks they can do it. And then when people fail, it becomes depressing. And then you look at social media and you see all the success around you and you see your life sucks. You got to go to work every day. You're in a horrible relationship with somebody you don't want to be with. The internet makes you appreciate things way less. Like, women going to appreciate their man less because they can look online and see how much the next man is getting money, or how handsome this man is, or how well dressed this man is. Same thing with men. You look online and you see all these beautiful women on Instagram, and it makes you like, damn, my woman just average looking. I need to do better. It makes you appreciate life less, makes you appreciate what you have way less, man. And I don't feel like it used to be like this back in the day. I feel like the internet is really an evil tool, and I feel like it's all coming together at once. I think you have the most atheists you ever had in the world nowadays. The world is very atheistic. A lot of people don't believe in God. I was somebody who never thought that I would ever lose faith in God, and my faith is shaken, you know. And it's because of the internet and things that I read and see, you know. It's so easy to obtain information, and some of the information is inaccurate. But it's all happening at once. Everyone's wanting to be a king and queen. The world's the most depressing it's ever been. Everyone's seeing everyone else's success. Evil is being spread like crazy, like wildfire through music and through the internet. And everyone's acting like robots, trending. Everyone's trending. Everyone's doing the same thing, using the same lingo. Everyone's like on the same, marching to the same beat. It's almost like they brainwashed. And then at the same time, science. They don't want religion in school. Religion is becoming more and more suppressed and more toned down. Like it's slowly being stripped away from people's minds. And there's more and more atheists coming out. It's crazy. Like when I talk to my nieces and nephews who are 10, 15 years old, some of them don't believe in God. And it's like, man, at 10, 15 years old, I would have never even thought about being an atheist. The world's becoming more evil, y'all, and I do blame it on the internet. But what do you do about it? Like he said, we have a runaway train. For real.
You gotta pay your own way, Eddie.
You gotta pay your own way,
You're a
Eddie.
little late in the game to fly out now. Give me your watch.
What? I like this watch. You think you're just gonna have to try and take it?
Your belly's too full, your dick is sore, your eyes are bloodshot, and you're screaming for someone to help.
I feel like this is where we all at, in a state of panic. We're all living in a state of chaos right now mentally, man. I feel like everyone's going through it. I realize on my videos, the most popular videos on my channel are the ones that are a little bit more negative. No one clicks for music at all. People want to hear about my missing throat videos or complaining about how lazy people are, stuff like this, man. And I think that's a reflection that we're all sort of going through it mentally, man. In some way or another. Not everybody. Some people are living their best lives, man, but a lot of the world is affected with depression. And I do blame the internet for this, y'all. I just feel like that's something that, something you should keep your eye on. How much time you spend on the internet, how much time you spend scrolling on Facebook. I feel like you should spend way less time on the internet and way more time outside and doing things with people and creating relationships with people instead of on the internet. And I miss those days. I miss the old days, y'all. I wish the internet would just disappear. I really do. Music, game would be better. Everything would be better without the internet, in my opinion. Ebenezer, the Hidden Channel, signing off. Consider subscribing.